So when you're making a vase or a vessel out of coils, you want to start with a slab base, and so you can make this slab however you feel you would like. So you could roll it out with the rolling pin, or you could throw your slab, whatever technique you would like to use. So to make a base for it. So that's in coil building, a slab base. So not a coil base. So a lot of people do a coil base, and then what ends up happening later is it cracks at the bottom. So just to review making coils, start with always use fresh clay, right? Soft, fresh clay is the best. Don't try using like dried up or clay you've reused. And then the best technique is to use light pressure. When you roll back and forth, you always roll side to side also. So that helps keep the coils round. Another thing you can do is keep water on them. So some people like spray the coils as they go, or yeah, pass that along, thank you. Or they will like use a damp sponge and like run water along the coils. Okay, so then have your base, cut it out into whatever shape you're wanting to make for the base of your piece. I'm going to do an oval, okay? And then when you attach the very first coil to your base, it is wise to do what? Can you guess? Score and slip. You aren't going to have to score and slip everything, so when you do coils, which is kind of nice, you're not going to have to actually score and slip every coil.
How wide should the coils be?
Oh, good question. I roll them to be maybe like 3/8 of an inch.
3/8 of an inch wide.
Thickness. If you go too thin, it ends up being weak. So that's and you're trying to build up height on something. I'm going to use my wooden modeling tool to blend this clay together on the outside. And with coils, you only need to blend one side of the coil to the one below it, and in this case to the base. But if you want the coils to show on the outside, some of you have maybe seen things where the coils are like actual decorations, then you would blend the inside and leave the outside. But if you want it to be smooth, which you're going to do sgraffito on the outside of yours, so you probably want it to be smooth, then you would blend the outside and the inside can just show the lines. If you want to blend both, you really could, but it will take you a lot longer to do, twice as long if you have to blend the inside and the outside. So I would recommend only blending one because that's all you really need to do. Okay, so there's your initial base starting point. Just like that. Now, on the same day, we've learned same day fresh clay, you don't have to score and slip if you do what? You have to blend them, okay? So blending is what will keep these together. So what I would say is layer up maybe 2 or 3 layers of coils, like levels of coils, before I blend just to save time. So I'm rolling a couple. Okay, I'll just do that. And then I'm going to blend them. And when I blend, really important, I'm going to support the other side with my hand and really pull that clay across the layers. And this little, like, I can clean that up when I'm finished. But make sure you're not just smoothing this, because if you're just like smoothing it or you're adding water, don't add water. Because if you have water there, when you try to blend, it's going to just slide on the surface and not actually blend anything. So you really have to be like pulling that clay across. And then now I have that other layer to add in, and I'll just do those 3. So that's 3 at a time. That's probably the most I would do is 3. If you try to do more layers than that and blend, you'll end up really losing your shape of your overall form. Okay, and then you could go back in and smooth this. What's a really good tool for smoothing the surface? Do you remember in your tool bins?
The kidney.
Kidneys. Remember kidneys, the little rubber kidneys or metal kidneys? So you could use those afterwards to smooth this out more. Okay, and then I would continue on adding more coils, blending every 2 or 3 layers blend, okay? So if you want your shape to come out more, then set the next coil on the outside edge of the one before it.
Yes.
I would just do it on one side or the other, but not both. Okay, so see how I laid that on the outside a little bit? And then I'll just blend that again, support the inside when you go to blend. Although I was trying to do that left-handed, that was awfully strange feeling. Okay, so then the next day, if I don't finish this in one day, then the next day when I come back, the very first coil I attach on, what do you think I have to do with that one? Score and slip the first one. But the rest I can just blend just like I've been doing. So the initial coil each day, just because there's always that little bit of drying that happens between class periods, that you want to score and slip that first one, and then the rest you can just blend.